The Biafran Republic has regained its freedom of choice, a victory that is recorded once in a while, has just been recorded in Biafra. I must say it the way I should say it. We are conceived by the mission to keep pushing ahead and making sure that Biafran restoration happens within a twinkle of an eye. And that's where the game will start. As we roll for freedom, as we ride to that holocauster and engaging ourselves into the very circle of knowledge, we must again help ourselves to communicate into the proper wings of what it is. And by so doing, we can now look at ourselves and tell ourselves this very truth. You see, I must say it the way I should say it, that one of the biggest part of the whole proclamation is the win and the knowledge at the same time. This one freedom that we have achieved, and Biafra standing on its own, the Biafran flag standing on its own on a stadium of millions of people, it goes a long way to prove to you that everything we do, everything we did, everything that we are pursuing is making more sense continually. By so doing, we can now tell ourselves this very truth. Biafran victory must be seen as one of the biggest momentum. No matter what they say, no matter what they do. Engage yourselves and feel free to tell yourselves this very truth. That we are Biafrans and we are not going to fail. We are Biafrans and we are not going to fall. We are Biafrans. And we cannot look at those who want us to be looked down at. We must hold ourselves dearly. Communicating to every possible order. And making sure that nothing spoils. Even when they are doing everything possible to make it spoil. It is us against those who wants to put us in that corner order. And we are doing ourselves this good. Because Biafra victory is what we have to say. Biafra victory is all we have to talk about day in, day out. As we continue to live ourselves in this possible order and making this information reach the whole globe, let's conceive, conserve, and not stop. Because the areas that we stopped is the areas that are meant for those who are not ready to fish out the curriculum. So, let's mark it in a positive way. Let's mark it in a more polite order, that they may see and know that victory belongs to the Lord. There's a bigger message on ground. Yes, there's a bigger message on ground, and what it tells to each and every one of them is the restoration and the preparation of Biafran Republic. A big wave that should be considered. You see, we must take a very good look at what may be and how it can go. That's just it. everything, reduce that, everything must engage itself to the final order. The Biafran soldiers have started cleansing. They have started cleansing with immediate effect. Bonjour, mademoiselle, Zel, mademoiselle. And over 500 zoo soldiers have been taken down. You cannot play with people who want their freedom, and you keep saying that it is not possible for them to gain their freedom. I don't know who made that statement. I don't know when they made that statement. I don't know how that statement was made. But one thing is very certain and sure is we must take every bite serious. Every bite must be taken very serious. That is why, as we push through this very osmosis, we must understand that our enemies are on guard. They are waiting for us. They are severely, patiently waiting for us. And they want to really achieve that one dream they have never achieved. Are we going to let them? No, we're not going to let them. We're not going to let them. So it must be on record that our playthrough happened the way it should happen. As we said, one good turn deserves another. One bad turn deserves another. For you doing evil to people, be ready for evil to be done unto you. For you doing good to people, be ready for good to be done unto you, because the game must prepare itself. And anybody who voices out without thinking twice must be the enemy of the people. Much sense will be made if you are not in the midst of getting along. Yes. Much sense will be made if you are not in the midst of getting along. If you don't want problem for yourselves, that's when you select. So the Biafran soldiers are doing cleansing, defending. You cannot just sit on your keyboard and you're just making a whole lot of noise. Let's remember the history of the IPOB, who came out and protested peacefully and said, we want Biafra. The Nigerian soldiers killed them, brought them down, because they were unarmed. The IPOB we are talking about, they didn't arm themselves. They created a security outfit that will protect Biafra, not to fight soldiers or fight policemen. But they then realized that some soldiers are equally involving into the kidnapping that is happening in Biafran land. That's what they realized. And they decided to say, no, people are part of this Fulani people that we are fighting and saying that they should not. Fulani is living in Biafran land. Some of them, we don't disturb them. They sell cow. They do their business and they speak Igbo. We don't disturb. We are talking about the terrorists. That's the people we are against.